How's it going, YouTube? DM Tombstone Belts back here again with a brand new video. And like I promised, guys, I was doing this video. I know it's midnight right now near where I am at, but it's funny, I'm doing all of these videos at night now, but I just didn't have time to do it today because, yeah, watched Survivor Series and AEW tonight. AEW was okay show, and Survivor Series was a great show. First hour being on ESPN. It seems like they've been doing that now. Every PLE, the first hour is going to be on ESPN2, maybe. Then watch the rest of it on either the ESPN app or the Netflix International. And if you're in the US and you want, and yet you don't want to spend money on the ESPN app and all that garbage, but you want to watch it on Netflix, the only way you can if you have a VPN. I'm not sponsored by any VPN, so as far as I know. But enough about that. My thoughts, great shows, and a lot of shockers. They had, like, obviously, what is it? Oh, yeah. Trick Williams retaining the U.S. title, and, of course, Roman Reigns retaining the World Heavyweight title. And the shocker about they're going to announce a new championship for a John Cena Classic tournament that's going on. But anyway, we'll skip through all that. What's really about this video is my review of the homemade belt I've made because of you guys from the Road to WrestleMania Choose a Belt contest. Let's get on with this. You guys seen it previously from my live stream, but let me show you guys what it is. That's right, guys. My homemade Ruthless Aggression SmackDown tag. Before, we had this. And after that, it was this one. There was also a Raw version, but I haven't got to making it yet. But I gotta say, when I made this one, I thought it was gonna be a doozy. But after all, because I only own the toy version. I don't have a replica. And they don't even have the replica on WWE Shop no more of this belt. So let's take a look over here. Starting with my traditional Daniel Meade Championship Belt stamp. The 2x8 snap box with the I used where the puff paint is for the tooling of the snaps. Trying to emulate, like, the typical tooling you see on the belt. The clamshell tooling going around the plates. And, of course, here's the plates. And the plates are thick as well. Look at that, the World Wrestling Entertainment. And the words do pop up. You can feel it on the puff paint. And the blue is actually enamel paint. So some of the blue you see on here on this title is actually enamel paint. While everything else is puff paint. Because I wanted to make it look smooth in that. I'll wipe that off a bit. Yeah, here's the other side plate, the grapplers and that. And you can also see on the camera the cracked, like, glass design in the background. Kind of like it is here on the main plate. Here's the main plate. Like, WWE logo. Here's the eagle. The two crowns on each side. World Wrestling Entertainment. The words pop out. Tag Team Champions. And, of course, it has a nameplate on it with my name, Daniel Meade, on it. And it comes with a reef pattern on the belt. Here's the other side plate with the big grappler, like, punching the other guy. Of course, here's the other side plate, World Wrestling Entertainment side plate. No property plate here, but here's, you see a little pattern in that. The 2x5 female snaps. And, of course, this end here, no tip. Normally, I would also have done a 2x5, 2x5 on this, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't fit myself. But as well, here, see the belt's got a big curve on it. But let's turn the belt over. And, of course, I did seal the edges and covered up the stitches with the puff paint. Just a smooth black backing. Nothing compatible to that. But anyway, and belt is flexible. But you guys know the drill. I'm going to pause the video and show you what the belt looks like on my shoulder and waist. So see you guys in a sec. Okay. I hope you guys can see me well. Here is the belt in hand. the Ruthless Aggression SmackDown tag. Probably one of the greater designs of my childhood growing up watching this, other than the original Attitude Era tag belt. I mean, this basically took the design of that tag belt and went to SmackDown with this championship. But then after they unified this with Raw's World Tag titles, became the Unified Tag titles, and then they brought the penny tags. Then they split them up and have the nickel tags where it was the Raw and SmackDown, which I own. And then later they bring the design back for the 5-plated current WWE Tag Team Championship that's on SmackDown today. So many times, as much as things change, sometimes things stay the same. You can see here how this belt looks on my shoulder with that curve. It just fits fine on the shoulder. But now the dreaded Steven Hammer snap test on this homemade belt. Like, I haven't tested the snaps yet. Time for me to test them. And I think this belt will fit up to a 46-inch waist. Now I'm just testing out the snaps. And here it is. And I say the curve does fit well on my waist here. And the snaps come along just fine. Yeah, and let me just fold the belt right up. I gotta say, guys, for my very first time making a homemade tag belt like this, it's quite a extraordinary project, and I'm glad I actually fulfilled it, because this thing is absolutely beautiful. I gotta say, for my first homemade tag belt, nothing beats a Ruthless Aggression SmackDown tag. And I wish I did own the replica, but now I own a homemade version. And this thing looks absolutely beautiful, and it will go great amongst all my other belts hanging up on the wall. From the Hardcore, the Undisputed, it all just looks perfectly there. But anyway, let's do one last run through this and end the video here. So, again, 2x8 gold snaps on this side. The 2 side plates. The Eagle, the Globe, Tag Team Championships. And I know I usually would talk about those that held this title, like the very first ones of like Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle, the first ones to hold this title. Then there was Edge and Rey Mysterio, and I think Edge and Hulk Hogan. Unless that was the Ruthless, or that was the Attitude Era World Tags before. Not sure, but there was also Heidenreich and Road Warrior Animal. Deuce and Domino. Los Guerreros, Eddie and Chavo, as well as Eddie and Rey Mysterio again. Yeah, there's been a lot of tag teams, including the last one to hold these before they brought out the penny tags, being the Hart Dynasty of Tyson Kidd and I think his name is David Hart Smith. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like below. And as well, I wanted to give a special shout out to Brother Kane, because he was the one that helped me inspire to make a belt like this. Because if it wasn't for him, I'm pretty sure I would not have thought of ever trying to make a tag belt like this. Well, then again, he made a tag belt on his channel. Check him out. And obviously, his version compared to mine, obviously mine, most people would say mine is hands down probably the better version, but he put his effort in here into making title belts like I do. And I gotta say, if for people that want to make these type of belts, you just gotta put a lot of effort and a lot of time and practice, and next thing you know, your belts go from something like that homemade European title or my homemade WWE spinner version 1 to something like this. And this thing just, I mean, from a distance, guys, this thing looks like the real deal. And if I ever go back to WWE live shows again, I'm probably going to bring this with me And maybe, or hopes the fact that one day I'm going to have this one signed by someone who held it. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here. So thank you guys so much for this video. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment below. Share. And if you haven't subscribed, what's the matter with you guys? Come on, I'm 23 away from reaching 900. Once I get to 900, you know what that means. It'll be another special for you guys. Anyway, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you guys be notified when I do videos. And, of course, a live stream, which is going to be one tomorrow at noon. And as well, follow me on my social media, like on X, DM Tombstone96, and as well on Instagram at Damien96, where I post the pics there, where I post stuff here on YouTube. I'm DM Tombstone Belts, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for DM Tombstone Live.